Hey guys, whenever you search upon YouTube about how to increase your reading speed or how to read more books, you will be getting the very first tip saying that you need to be reading a book from your favorite genre. Now the question zeroes down to how can you find your favorite genre? So in this video, I will be answering this specific question. I will also be sharing how I found my favorite genre by using all these 4 methods. Hi guys, this is Achyut Murari. I am a Medico and an Instagram poet, and I talk about the books and personal development tips over this channel, so make sure you're staying by. Basically 4 tips, and I have shared my most recent tip which I got from Haley, and I will be sharing that in the end, so make sure you're watching the video till the end. So the first tip which I have followed is obviously the hit and trail method. It's kind of really crude, and it's, as the name suggests, you just need to be barging in the number of books, just swim in all the ocean of books. Try to read as many of them, and as you proceed reading, that is, as you become an avid reader and you are kind of really inclined towards reading, you will be eventually ending up to understand what are the actual genres which are liked by you, and how can you sit for longer hours into a specific genre and not others. This works even for movies in the same way. When you watch n number of movies, you eventually understand that this specific genre is one which you like and you are interested into watching this genre. The second tip, which is my favorite and the most important one in this whole video, and that is, please go into a bookstore, library, or reach out to your Kindle app or any other book recommendation app. So whenever you go into a bookstore, all the books are specifically arranged into shelves which are having the titles of the different genres. And whenever you find yourself in that aisle or in that section, basically you will be looking at all the set of books, may it be new releases or the old releases, into the specific genre. So obviously, whenever you have this whole range of books and authors present right before you, you obviously would be moving your hand and picking up a specific book which absolutely you will be loving. And that is how I feel is the kind of easiest way you can understand what is a genre which is exactly for you. It is if you are not accessible into going any physical bookstore or library. Obviously, this world is developing and you have your Kindle e-readers app right on your palm. So open the Kindle app, there you will be easily finding all the specific genres. Now rather than going to the book recommendation section, it is always advised for you to kindly jump to the genre section. As I just realized that the whole summary is about the book called The Trial by Franz Kafka, I will be copying this title and moving on to Goodreads. And here I'll be searching this book in here, and as you can see here, I have got the many recommendations, of course, in and around the stories which are related. And you can clearly see the option of genre here. That is what I wanted to emphasize. You can just switch on to the genre option and you'll be recommended by many books which are in and around the same title or the same book, or which have the content same as that of The Trial by Franz Kafka. And when you start reading a series of books in the same genre, you'll clearly understand which genre is made for you. Do mention in the comment section if you want me to make a specific video upon all the genres, covering what are they, how it is made, and what are the main books in them. Do let me in the comment section so that I can make a specific video upon that. Now coming to the third one, which I absolutely think is the best option, and that is read the blurbs or summaries. You see, they say that you need not judge a book by its cover, but the back cover is kind of really important. That is where you are actually introduced to the whole content of the book. Never ever skip this part. You can clearly see in here, this is the Book of Dust, that is a volume 1 of the La Belle Sauvage by Philip Pullman. I basically bought this book because of that author, because Philip Pullman is one kind of author who just, you cannot resist yourself from reading his books. His Dark Materials, the trilogy, was super duper awesome, so I just could not resist myself into picking this book up. But apart from that, this is a summary which I was clearly speaking all about. It is where you will be introduced to the whole content of the book. You will be reading this, and whenever you kind of really get intrigued by the whole summary of the book, only then, if at all, you can pick that. You'll be clearly understanding about what this book is, about what is a genre, and what are the books which are in and around nearer to this book. And I just found that another book, that is A Mighty Dawn by Theodore Brun. I have never ever read his book, or this is my first time, and to be honest, I was quite an intrigued by the car page, but the whole summary also somewhere feels much closer to that of the Book of Dust. So I just wanted to pick this book up too. And both of these books are, of course, basically upon the epic fantasies. And this was a basic reason why I was emphasizing you upon selecting the books and trying to read the summaries behind. And this will give you a clear picture of what is the genre you want to select and how does it go. Now coming to the fourth tip, music is the most important part. For instance, I am quite a lover of the epic battle music. I basically go to YouTube for listening to songs. I do not go for Spotify or any other. I just love the YouTube thing, and in that I just love the epic battle music. Basically, this is how it goes. There are many musics you can easily find, and many of which I have already listened while I was reading the fantasy or fiction books. And I love these books, especially for the books such as by J.R.R. Tolkien, you see, which requires a lot of epic battle things, or maybe Chronicles of Narnia and all. This gives you the whole emotion of reading a very fiction or fantasy book or the medieval ages book. So if you love this kind of music, obviously you will be a fan of the epic battle or epic fantasy books. And now moving on, if at all you are a lover of Celtic music is basically the music of the Vikings or the Norse mythology. If you are a kind of lover of the Celtic music, or you love to listen to that, obviously you will be loving books which are of great fiction. And if you are a lover of the dark fantasy, of course, I just go directly battle scenes, search cards for dark fantasy. If you love any sort of dark fantasy, you will be loving dystopian novels too, which gives you the vibes of chilling vibes. You can easily understand that the genre for you is a dark fantasy. If at all you go for an upbeat music, it is kind of a happy-go-lucky thing. It is where you'll be provided with the happy mood. And if you love this kind of music, then obviously you are a happy-go-lucky person, and you will be loving the genre such as typical fiction, or sometimes even the non-fiction such as self-help books or any other anthologies or so. Now, I specifically love the dark academia music. It also is somewhere related to the fiction and fantasy. Now coming to the music for romance books, of course, as the music goes, it is having a lot of piano music, especially piano, harp, violin, and I especially love this thing, that is your Hopelessly Romantic but in the 19th century playlist. I love this playlist especially. You need to look at this. It kind of gives you a whole vibe of staying in the romance novel. So if at all you listen to this kind of music, it is obvious that you love the romance novels. And I think via this method, you can easily find, through music, you can easily find which genre is specifically made for you. If at all you love a music being played in the behind while you are reading, do let me in the comment section. I would love to know how many people are really interested into listening to music while reading. Now coming to the fifth tip, which is kind of really not much important, but I feel it serves the purpose, is by watching the movies. There were many books which were actually adapted from books into the movies. So once at all you watch those movies, you'll be clearly getting the idea of the book. And from that direction, you can easily explore the genre which specifically suits you. This was the bonus tip which I was actually supposed to be sharing with you all. I learned about this from Haley during one of her Instagram reels. She has actually shared about this website, which is titled as recommendmeabook.com. Basically in here, as the screen is being shared, you can clearly see the whole story or the spoiler-free summary of the whole book, which is currently being displayed over here. You just need to be reading that and kind of really inspecting each and every part of this. But the most riveting aspect in this is you are not actually given the book. Basically, this is only the story, and when you actually reveal the title and the author, the book is actually given. Here it is The Heart of a Dog by Vintage Bulgakov, and basically that is how this whole website actually works. And I absolutely am loving, because you are actually being provided on the basis of the plot rather than your impressions upon the author or the title or the card. So in the same way, whenever I click the next book button, you will be moving on to the next book, and this whole summary is given. It's spoiler-free summary, and the title of this is The Cat's Lantern by Marcus Malmo Lange. So that's all, guys. These were the ways I actually found the favorite genres for myself, and my favorite genre basically is fantasy, epic fantasy. And coming to the part of fiction, I really love the historical fiction and just normalized fiction. The normalized fiction or generalized fiction is basically where the story is just about reality, but not having too much of unbelievable things. It's basically just about reality. So I love the generalized fiction and historical fiction, and I am not kind of too much into scientific fiction, yet I can read those books. And epic fantasies, I absolutely hate romance. I really am hating the horror, because I love thrillers, psychological thrillers, crime mysteries and murder mysteries, but I'm not into the horror stories or the ghost stories, goosebumps and all that. So I just do not love that too. And apart from that, I am an ardent fan of the non-fiction too. Now coming to the genre of non-fiction, obviously we'll be having self-help books and that of the normal autobiographies or the anthologies. I absolutely hate these self-help books. Please don't stay in your comfort zone. Rather, move out, explore more. Only with exploration you can easily understand what is the book which you love. And that is not a generalized rule that if you love a genre, you will be loving every book in that. Of course, it will be depending upon the author. Though a book lies in a specific genre, you may not be liking that. But still, a favorite genre is a must, because I think it is an identity. for a reader. So with that being said, I'll be taking the leave. We'll be meeting in the coming video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.